Hello, welcome back. Last time, Bithro tried to carve some jack-o'-lanterns, but his knife was too big and he just kept making a mess of it. Also, I learned what I thought was an entirely new Briar mechanic to me, but it turns out I had actually seen that exact thing in another hold by the same author, but I didn't quite understand what was happening then, even though I did use it to solve a puzzle. So, candy exchange. Reminder, bump a trick-or-treater, and candy is shared with all neighbors, so you would go down by 3, each of you would go up by 1. Goal is to have everybody have at least 0. I did this first room. Let's do some more. So yeah, the key to this one was spotting that there was one more candy than necessary, and one of these had to be greater than 0. So, number tricks like that will be in play, so let's get a count. -1, 2, -1, -3, -4, 3, 2. Okay, so total number is 2, so I can have 2 1s or a 2 somewhere, and the rest at 0. So let's just do some basic stuff. Like, if I do that, then I won't have to interact with you anymore, right? That's probably not going to be true. Okay, so you shared at 2, so if you were at 1, that puts you at 0, you're at 3, you have too many. So you're going to spread your candy outward. You would go down to -1 if I bumped you again. So I need to get you some candy. Let's do that with this and this, because that's the only way it's going to happen. And if you share, then you share. We're getting kind of close. Can I just kind of fiddle around from here and get it to work? Yes. Okay. Didn't really do any hard solving in that. I just kind of did the moves that felt like they had taken me toward my goal, and they worked. An evil eye! Alright, well, sure. Doesn't have to all be humans, well, or you could be in costume. Either way. Alright, so you still have not enough candy. Let's get you enough candy. Now you're short, you're gonna share 3 of them, which is fine. Okay, so you need some candy. You need some more candy, and that's only gonna come from this evil eye. Alright, so who's hoarding all the stuff? You're gonna have to give away your sweets. You're gonna have to give away your sweets. I didn't do a number check here. I might need to. 1, 2, -1, 0, 2. Okay, so it's +2. In terms of total amount of candy available for sharing. Okay, so you're just gonna have to... If I want to get you to 0... what am I doing? It's hard to tell. Okay, you're still at 1, which is awkward, but that's just kind of how it is. Okay, do I need to start, like, actually puzzling this out? Instead of just kind of bumping things and hoping it'll work? I might. Alright, so what's the tangle? You can share with that, which resolves you, and I've reduced the problem space to just basically here. If I bump this, and... Okay, so you'll end up at -1, and that's a problem. But if I bump this, what happens? You're at -1, but if I do this, it resolves everything. Okay. Well... Not a lot of solving is going on here. Ooh, look at that! That's neat. But room's getting solved, so it kind of is. Oh, I recognize you! Straight out of the cemetery in another hold I played recently. Also by the same author. Okay. And also, from there, straight out of a completely different game franchise. These numbers look low. 0, 0, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6... 4, 2, 3. No, it's 3. Okay, so total sums to 3. We got a long ring around here, so this is going to be weird to interact with. You give away 3, you give away 3, then... There's some kind of something going on there. So if I wanted to, like, approach this from a perspective of, like, knowing what to actually do to resolve it. I know I have a sum of, what was it, 3, I think? But just glancing at this, until I just kind of feel it out, I don't know where the candy needs to go, so it just works better if I feel it. You feel like you have too many, so I'm gonna give some away. But then I have to, like, insert more candy into the system, or leave you at 1. Maybe I'll leave you at 1. Like, these two could consume some of the ones. However, if I'd bump you and you, that would move that 1 kind of outward, but I wouldn't be getting it out of there. Yeah, like a big long line like this. How do you... I need to insert some candy over in this corner, basically. You're holding all the candy. There's a whole chain of ones here. If I would... Let's see. To get one here, I could go this route, or I could go this route. This route involves going through a -1, so that doesn't feel like it's going to be great, but I don't know, maybe I'll try it. So you're at 0, so if I could just sort of propagate things up over this way and resolve you, then things would be nice, but I don't know if that's how that's going to happen. If I bump you, and bump you, and bump you, this doesn't quite work out. Unless I can bump you again, because you'll get one back. So yeah, if I chase this with -1s... this is almost working. I think it is, actually. So if I do this, you'll go down to -1, you'll get to 2, you'll go up to positive. Here we go. That worked. Okay, well... I mean, you can see what's happening. I'm not sure I can explain it very well. Ah, here's that hidden little conquer token. I guess that's scripted to activate to actually clear the room. Makes sense. Okay, I'll just bump the highest number and see what happens. So... We got a -1 there. That needs to be resolved. -1 there. That needs to be resolved. Okay, this is a bit of a snarl. I don't think I'm getting that. Okay, let's sum. 1, 3, 1, -1, 2, 7, 8, 6, 4. Okay, total is 4. So I can have 4 individual ones, or even a higher number, maybe. I wonder if I'll end any of these with a higher number than 1 on anybody. So you have way too many. And now you have the optimal number. Not for long. Okay, so you need some candy. Where's it going to come from? It's going to have to come from outside, because I'm not going to be splitting this one off individually. You'll just pretty much stay at 1. And hopefully I won't have to interact with you anymore. If I can just bump this 3 times? Whoa! Okay, so there's a path down there. Alright, you need a lot of help. And how am I going to get it to you? With some difficulty. Okay, so let's not worry about going very much into the negatives. Let's just kinda... Whoop. Do this. This is resolving your problem. You're at 0 now. If I start bumping you, what kinds of things happen? The one to your east gets fixed. This one can... You still need more candy over there. Okay, you're at 0. You're at... Still not the right number. But this might work out if I bump you once and you once. I think that solves it. Yeah, there we go. Neat. Okay. Look at this spiderweb gentry eye. Okay, so 6, that's a whole lot. Let's sum 2, 4, 0, 6, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 is the sum, okay? Okay, so who needs the most help? You, and there's a weird big path around here. Okay, I'm gonna hit you again because I'm going to be bumping both of your neighbors, and that'll get you to 0. Okay, so yeah, you still need some help, and so does the roach next to you who would be helping you. But if I go the roach route... I'm giving you candy and I'd rather not, but, well, I'm gonna have to. Alright, roach is helped somewhat. Might have been a mistake there, but that's what I did. It's probably fine. Oh, you give away 4. Of course you do. Okay, you still need some help. So let's have the archivist help you and the roach help you once. How about that? Okay, now they need help. So here's a 3. You're accumulating a lot. Okay, here comes a 2. I'm gonna bump you again. Gonna bump you again. You have 3, so balance that way. You have a 2, and that's helping the roach, I guess. Getting closer, so I just have to distribute these, which I can do, and then you, but I don't like what I see here. Oh, but it worked out. Okay, this is exactly 3 for... yeah, okay, great. Even I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing it. Yeah, it's fun to just sort of mess around with this. I think this is a roach. Yep, looks like it. And there's a roach. I'm gonna go say hi to the roach. Hi, roach. Do you like it? Oh, did you draw that? Of course you did. I wasn't able to talk to anybody else here, right? Let's try. Probably not. Okay. Probably just the roach. Anyway. So here's a 5. Let's share. Let's sum. -2, -5, -2, 0, 1, 0, 2. Okay. Let me just help you out now. Let's just kind of chase the negative numbers away by, like, bumping the things that need to be bumped to resolve them. Oh, you two are connected. I didn't notice that until now. Alright, so center. And 1's all the way on the outside. That makes this awkward. I'm gonna bump all the 1's and see what happens. Okay, that puts 2's next to them, which is ideal. Oh, there we go. Okay, and you ended up with 2. Neat. Alright. Very good. Okay. Looks like I did it. Is there a bonus activity or am I done? Because there is a section down here. This was not a something. I exchanged candy. I smashed jack-o'-lanterns. I guess they were already carved, so they didn't need Beether's help. Okay, I guess that's the end. Back to Contest Hub. Okay, yeah, it's putting me in here. Alright, so just no alternate exit. Got it. There's a brain in the wall. Ah, because it's connected to these pumpkins, I see. So we're doing the pumpkin version, not the candy version. Fair. Okay, so I recognize this as a pattern where I probably want to do that to guide a roach along. I would be 1 short of that if I held a caber, though. Okay, so are these... Right, this is the square of influence. There's a powder keg in there. Whoa, and there's candy exchange. Oh, it's both. Wait. How do I interact with the candy exchange? This turns off with the... Okay, there we go. Got it.
My name is Beethro.
It sure is. That's a bridge. This never opens back up. So... Oh, I get it. No, I don't. I was thinking I could do this. And I mean, I can, but like, how are you gonna smash all those pumpkins? I think I'm probably not. So yeah, that could set up a roach path. That's a toggle, in case it matters. I don't think it does. Like, that brain's gotta go. And for the brain to go, all the pumpkins have to not be there. For the pumpkins not to be there, I need to retain access to them, so if I... But then, like, there will be a powder keg that I can get later for... Wait a second, why is this blue? Oh, that does open, right, because I couldn't see this part of the room. Okay, so that's going to reopen. So I think maybe this is fine. So I do the pumpkin path for the roach. Open up the exchange. Burn the roach. Go here. And what's up with this? Okay, it just turns off with, you activate that. Okay, well, I had no way to know that. Alright, so magic scripting does a good thing for me. So now powder keg just needs to go. I don't think I can get you there without... Oh, but I'm still in the square of influence, so it's fine. Right, okay. It was simple, I just didn't understand how the scripting worked. I need my sword. There we go. No! Alright, I did it! So, we totally have time to check out second place down here. No, that's first place. Second place over here. Ah! Second place over here. Version check by Dragonfogel. Alright, let's see, like, at least the first room of it, maybe. This hold should only be played in DROD 7.4.2463 or later. Completing this level should ensure your version has all relevant bug fixes incorporated. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm on DROD 5.1.0.6512. So I guess this is going to be impossible. Alright, well, I'll do what I can anyway. As not everyone has been following the recent bug fixes, I'll be noting the way these rooms should work under the new update. Conquer tokens now activate individually, so all of them have to be stepped on to clear a room. Oh, that's fun. Yeah! Alright then, so here's this. And I can push it onto the token. And it doesn't activate it? I guess decoys don't activate conquer tokens. However... What? Okay, so I can do this. What would this do for me? Open that door. Well, that's gonna have to happen at some point, but I think it's a little early for this. Wait, hang on. Okay, so... The joke is that, like, in this fictional future version of DROD, I have to step in all the conquer tokens, but in this actual version, I can break the room, break in big quotes, and do this instead, and... Right, since conquer tokens don't activate individually, I just continue. Oh, this is silly. Alright, well, it was going to be with a name like that. What do you expect? Brains can now pathfind through force arrows after the player has stepped on them. This break was not present in Architect's Edition, but it somehow took this long to fix it. Right, so this is... this break. So I think what you're trying to say is that that was actually a thing in Architect's Edition. If you step across a force arrow, it does something to the path map, and then brains go through it. I never played Architect's Edition myself. I've only heard rumors, and this is a vaguely remembered conversation I might have heard once, that was a thing. Anyway, so hey, Rochi, so you're gonna... what's this? Okay, that kills me if I stand there. So the roach needs to release me while I'm standing here, and it needs to be quick about it. You are an on-off. So yeah, if I just do that, Roach doesn't know how to get to me, and that happens. Yeah, the Roach is attempting to pathfind through this gap, which for some reason is sending it west here. Wait, it is? No, but... it's taking a second preference, since that it couldn't do the move the brain told it to do, which was to move into the brain. The next one in preference, I think it goes in like reading order, so like the next one, if the Roach is here and it wants to move there, or no, it's orthogonals first. Orthogonals in reading order, so the very next one would be west. Then if west had a brain in it, it would go east. Then if east had a brain in it, it would go south. Then if that were true, it would go northwest, then reading order diagonals, and then if all of those fail, it reverts to its own instincts, I think? I don't know if I quoted all that correctly, but that's, I think that's what it is. Ice over deeps, okay, so... I don't have a pushing weapon, but I think I can make this work by keeping a path open and stabbing... or not keeping a path open, closing the path so that you want to go up the right column. Therefore, your preference will cause you to go east, and then you'll be in a situation where you'll go back west. So I need to drop this. I need to drop this so that the only... this and this. So that the only path the Roach can take would be up through here. Then it'll see a brain, try to go north, fail, try to go west, fail, try to go east, succeed, and get over the force arrow and come to me. So the solution is this. I think? Well, it worked. Cool. Alright. Yes, and I can just do this. Neat. Alright, this is pretty funny. What are you? It should now be much clearer whether a Wraithwing will advance or retreat. The game simply takes the current coordinates of the player and every Wraithwing in the room, then takes the arithmetic mean of the X and Y coordinates, multiplies those values together, adds the digits of... Oh, we got a multi-layer joke here. This room also incidentally demonstrates that scrolls can display much more text now! Oh, that's even better. So anyway, Wraithwing, advancing stuff. Is this as simple as smash the nests, kill the skippers, walk in, kill the Wraithwings? Kind of. The problem is getting a hold of the Wraithwings. Because if I just do that, then I'm gonna have some very wily Wraithwings that are hard to catch up to. Hard, maybe not impossible? If I just filled this with water skippers... well, I can't really because I have to step in these. And also, yeah, then that creates more water, which is more space for skippers to go. Okay, so if I went with plan A, it will not work. Yeah, that makes a big mess. What's your move order? It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 does that. Well, yeah, I believe it. I mean, I saw it happen, so it'd be silly of me not to. Let's see, 2 Wraithwings in open space are... I think I had to do this in Beathro's Teacher, but I had a pillar there. Like, I could absolutely believe that the room is possible exactly like this. I'm almost certain this isn't the, like, what I'm actually supposed to do, though. I might be able to use, like, this to catch up to one. If I were back one... They won't go back one, huh? Anyway, so I'm supposed to do something with the skippers to, like, create a barrier, and... Okay, here we go. You moved orthogonally. That was what I wanted. I don't know. I'm not giving up on this just yet. If I could approach in this situation, which I can, and then have you be aggressive, and then... Yeah, I kind of almost have something, but not really. Okay, anyway. So, let's fill that up with as many skippers as I can. Which is that many. Smash the nests. And die doing this because... Yeah, die or empty all my skippers. All my skippers? Too many of them. I don't know how many I actually need to act as a wall for catching up to the final Wraithwings. Ugh. Is there a better way to do this? Like if I go all the way around, you'll kind of stay put. If I kill these... Okay, that's potentially workable. If my sword is like this, I'll have to kill one, but that's fine. Alright, I think I have enough. I'll kill like one on the way in, and maybe two and be able to get through. Let's see, yeah, it'll have to be two. No, it won't. Okay, so now you're a Wraithwing wall, and this becomes completely straightforward. Not completely, but straightforward enough. Does it? If I can move you the way I want. That's good enough. Okay, there we go. Alright. Cool. Let's go this way and cap it off by finishing the row. So what happened to Stalwarts? Stalwarts were making undesirable movements. This has been resolved by simply taking away their ability to move. Alright, so what are you standing on? Something that closes those doors. So those walls are not broken. Right, so what I need to do is... My first inclination is to balance the, like, left-right of this, such that you... Yeah, you might get a moving turn once or twice, but I can actually do better by doing this. So as long as you never see the brain, except through Beethro's body... Wait, how did I... do this before? Hold on, how did I get you to... Oh, they're brained. I see, that's how. Okay. I was like, how did I get a rock golem to move orthogonally when it was blocked by my sword? I didn't get it too, the brain did. So I'd kind of rather not do that, but I think it's okay if I do? Okay, you made a move, but that's alright. As long as it's just one. Or two. It was just one. Wait, why didn't you get a chance to move there? Wait, no, why are you not moving? Shouldn't you be aggressive toward that brain right now? What's different about this situation compared to... Is it your sword orientation? Because you turned your sword and now Beethro's body is on the side where your sword is. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so I can do it either way because I have enough turning turns. But because you would have had to move your sword through Beethro, you decided not to move, I guess? stalwarts, as always, are a bit of a mystery. Okay, so that's first row version check. We see what silliness we're into in 4. I don't know, I'm into it. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'll see you next time to go north.